good. Armor is good. Use our Abyssal. Haven't gotten any of the hard removals yet. We'll probably take one of these. Man, Voodoo Doctor with 2 Tolvirs though. Specifically in Warlock, Voodoo Doctor is actually insane. I think Voodoo Doctor in general is an actually extremely underrated card, and in Warlock, with 2 Tolvirs, it's actually very good. I may just want Instructor more though. Yeah, this Voodoo Doctor actually feels nice though. I'm tempted to take it and just say, hope we get other removal. Because Instructor is just not always great, usually is though. I think this will be fun. Easy Demonic. Probably still Bone Flinger over Tolvir. Don't think that one Voodoo Doctor is enough reason to skip here. This is also on curve, can activate the Embalmer. Oh, brutal. Man. Like, we're just tempo. I don't know that we needed a file. Like, I think the file's just bad, to be honest. We already have 3 board clears. Why do we need more? We already have too many, arguably. Yeah, to be honest, I don't even think it's close. Kinda want Curse Weakness, but... Fearless Scalebane. We still take this, though. That's pretty good. Still want this, I think. Having a second bulk here is not bad. For sure, though. I don't really need this, but I mean, it's not like it's bad. Not like I need this either. I just don't know if I'm going... Am I too light if I take this? I mean, I want to actually have ones. Right now my ones are not super premium. Don't think... I guess there is the synergy here, but I don't... The synergy is really hard to actually make work. You could take this. Honestly, though, I could take a courier here. I skipped an earlier courier for a 2-drop. Now I wish I could have given up one of these 12 years for courier and then had another slinger. This is honestly like overkill right now. Let's go for it. And wow, one more one draw. I guess Chow then? Actually, maybe Egg. We can even reborn the egg and then abyssal it. Kind of cool. You can shoot it with Bone Flinger too. Or would you rather just have Zombie Chow? It's never this, right? Because we have these like, Chow's pretty good. I don't really want the egg, right? It's like, just because we can activate it doesn't mean it's necessarily better than just... You have to like work for this just to get almost the same stats that this guy has. And yeah, sometimes you do reborn the Chow. You're probably just supposed to take this. Yeah, so we're just super hardcore Zoo, Warlock. Very good that we didn't take Defile. Because it would be the worst card in our deck, by far. Because the one thing is no matter how aggro you think you are, Defile is still going to probably win you a game against a Druid. But, I mean, that's if you draw it in the right game, which you might just not anyway, so... Which other mode has Arena outlived? Well, Classic's basically dead. Single player is mostly dead too. Have there been like multiple single player modes that used to... Well, there's single player modes that they stopped making content for like 3 or 4 years ago. Classic's in a funny state because it's literally like 90% bots. I guess you want to taunt because I don't want to let him hit this trade. Apparently not very smart bots. The thing is, I think they play relatively well. It's just there's certain things like they don't really know how Doomsayer works. So it makes it very easy to hit Classic Legend if you want to. I don't even think people were doing this, but it's like it seems really obvious. Just play, you would just play Control Warrior, but you just put 2 Doomsayers in. And then you just completely crap on everyone. When I say everyone, I mean every robot. We still take this trade, I guess, right? I mean, I could go face, I guess. But... The trade could actually help us if he buffs this thing. Or if he rips a Demonic Assault on there. No, here's the thing, Mango, is that apparently that's also a thing. There actually are Control Warrior bots in Classic to farm the Zoo bots. That's actually a thing too. Too bad I don't have Defile. Damn. Actually, I demonic this, right? I mean, what's he gonna do? I should probably kill one just in case he does have the 5-mana buff, dude. Because that would probably be worth it. That guy. Yeah, probably should have killed one. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the correct trade. He's taking another 5. So he's willing to try to do this here. Any prediction for the Super Bowl? I don't even know what teams are in it. I heard the Bengals lost, right? Much of the North Brazil. This is exactly 5 damage. Surely he has to trade the 7-2 now, right? I mean, I should make a prediction, shouldn't I? We did, chat. We killed his 3-drop. Before it killed him. I guess we want to do both of these now. This could be surprise lethal. I mean, there's also holy water for this guy. This might actually be good. I think we're gonna Abyssal next turn, too, so... Because he's probably gonna take the trades that line up right for that. Did the equivalent of the 0-2 to 12-2 run in MTG Arena today. Nice. Just act natural. No. That's fine. I don't know if I actually play this. I think I don't right now. We're gonna lose this game. I threw by not playing around the Shady Bartender on that turn, though. Oh wow. Never mind. We did it, chat. Is Arena officially canceled? Duels gets the button. I don't think there's any way Duels gets the button. You know what I honestly think is probably going to happen is... So what we're talking about is, I guess I have like 2 minutes left for the Gamba. You know, this button is going to go away, probably. What I honestly think is probably going to happen... There's a chance Arena gets it back, but honestly, I feel like it's more likely they either change it to something else. It might even get it might even go to Solo Adventures or something, or it might go to Tavern Brawl, or it might just completely go away, or there'll just be something else that'll happen. I don't think there's any way Duels gets the button. That would be probably the biggest surprise to me is if it went to Duels. I think there's a fairly good chance Arena gets it, though. We'll see. But I would expect they would just delete it before they gave it to Duels. A donate button. Yeah, like literally I'd be less surprised if it went to like literally a way to purchase runestones somehow. The one thing is if I... Yeah, I mean I'd be pretty damn happy if he coins a hero power, so I'll just let him do that. Well, we're gonna see what happens, because, you know, there's gonna be leaderboard announcements soon. We have to see, because, like, I'm wondering if it's gonna come tomorrow. Yeah, we were able to delay that shit, that's pretty cool. We'll have to see before we make any assumptions. Because I actually think it kind of feels like they're building up Arena somewhat long term. That's what it would appear. Kind of. Which is not to say it's going to ever be like the main mode in Hearthstone, but like, you know, it doesn't have, as being basically the biggest of the side modes, which does not have much competition for, right? Just basically to say they respect it slightly more than Wild. That's really all I'm saying. But I think they actually do respect it slightly more than Wild. So we're gonna have to do this, right?
So many possibilities. I'll take you with
It's a little too early to use this, but I mean, the alternative is to play this and then get completely fucked on board, probably. Like, this thing would have destroyed us the other way. I almost wanted to siphon that, but... It's looking pretty painful right now, but... It's not looking that bad, maybe. Alright, there's our siphon. You're telling me, do you think that Mercs got axed? It did. It says Mythic Update. You have to read the article. You have to go to the... Maybe I should, instead of linking the article, I should just go to the screenshot of the part at the bottom where where it says Mercenaries will receive no future updates. You don't read anything related to Mercs. Well, the good thing is that after the 25.4 patch notes, there will never be any more patch notes about Mercs. So you won't have to skip them anymore. That's the positive thing. But they keep it in the game. They are keeping it, yeah. They're not actually deleting it. They're actually... What it is they're essentially... They're putting in the big endgame thing, which is basically, I think, something that they're procedurally generating in some way. Or it's at least they automated it, so... Well, it's really they're just automating like a random selection of the boss in the game, but basically there's an endgame mode where they don't have to maintain it anymore, and it'll just be there and you can always play it, but you know, no more effort from Blizzard is going into the game anymore. Kazakis is not active. This is just really good though, so okay. We will settle for that. I guess we just take this. I mean, I could kill a 5/4, but I think this is okay. Will people get refunds for Mercs purchases? Most certainly not. I think I'd actually rather Lion's Guard here, because the clear is actually quite a bit better this way. Dread's actually got his gold back. Did he? I'd be shocked. First of all, I'd be shocked if they actually responded to a ticket that quickly, period, regardless of what it was, but also I'm pretty sure... I know he said he was going to try, but... I don't think he's going to.
This one's killer.
But you never know, I guess. I don't know if they do it if, like, what did Dreads, like, literally never play it after, like, the first week or something? If you spend 50k gold and then you literally never entered the client and they could see that? I don't know. You want to delete those packs? Yeah, there's some people that, yeah, they're gonna forever have those packs stuck. But, you know, I do, for a long time... I might make a guide about this at some point in the video, but like, I do recommend playing a little bit of the early Mercs content, because like, if for no other reason, you know how you get some of those annoying daily quests? I don't know if I have one right here, but like, you know, the ones that are like, cast fire spells or something, those are very easy to do in Mercs in like 2 minutes. You can just cast 12 fire spells really easily. So, you know, it's a lot easier to get those quests done that way. So, mercs will always have that purpose. You can also do it with like play beasts, play dragons, play murlocs. There's a lot of ways you can, a lot of quests you can do. You just reroll those. The thing is like they're the high value quests. They have the higher XP count, so those are the ones you want to. I reroll into those, so you know. I actively reroll everything else for those because they're so easy to do. Alright, so here's the plan. We do this. We top deck another 2-drop so I don't actually have to play this. Super Sloppy Sloth, thanks for the follow. Hardest quest is still play a friend. I know, right? Oh, we did it. We did it, chat. It's not even a joke though. Like you have an idea how? Like I actually need to. One of these things. I don't know if I. Yeah, I haven't done this yet. I need to like make adding me a channel point reward. Cause like I can't do. It's taken me months sometimes to actually do play a friend. It has literally taken me months sometimes because people don't even want to do it. Because it's not, you know, when it was 80 gold, everyone would be happy to do it. But now people don't even want to do it. I'm not sure if you're supposed to pop it so that it's just having Frozen Spires really sucks. So it is literally taking me months. Sometimes. Maybe I pop now. But I need to activate these Bone Flingers. It's just that the trade isn't really worth anything. I guess I hit this guy maybe. Probably makes sense. I mean, almost I want to take this trade. I don't really want to, so I don't think I will. Let's do this. Why barks? There was an old thing that the dog here used to like constantly bark in the background, and she was very. And I had a snowball microphone that picks up any sound, so there would be non-stop barking on the stream for a while, every once in a while. But those are the Stream Elements points. Those are different from the channel points. I don't really use the Stream Elements points for anything anymore. So I could play this to keep the flingers active, or I could just use the flingers. The thing is, if I'm using the flingers, I'm probably flingering this and taking that trade. Which seems pretty okay, honestly. I think that's just good enough. If you do the Valkyr play, it's like, just doesn't even keep your guy up. It doesn't seem very good. True. Oh wow. We're about to take 1,000,000 damage, I guess. We're actually almost dead to Bellmaster. There's no gamble command, Mango. Holy shit. Help. What can you do with your barks? Probably nothing. It'll probably forever be nothing. We're gonna have to tap with this later, I guess. We're gonna just eventually die to random burn. Okay, when I said random burn, I didn't actually mean randomly generated burn. But, you know, that appears to be where we're at. So, well, anyway, living was great while it lasted, I guess.
Did that just move?
We're gonna have to try to do this, I guess. Because tapping is death. He discovered frost spells and, like, you know, there's so many of those that deal damage. Oh wow, he didn't actually get one that deals damage? What are the odds of not getting one that deals damage there? Seems miraculously unlikely. Oh. Guess I'm dead. We have a draw for demonic at least. Nope. Just Death Knight being Death Knight. He was actually double frost. I guess you know he's double frost because he actually had no frost spells. Just when you go double frost, you don't actually have any cards, any class cards. That's the thing. Like, to be honest, I didn't even know there were 3. I guess he got offered, like, what could he have even been offered? He was offered Defrost. Oh wait, it's Frost card, not Frost spell, right? Oh, okay, yeah, it's Frost Rune card. That's probably why. Yeah. All the Frost cards. There's Horn of Winter. Like, Horn of Winter is probably one of them. He got Defrost. He might have gotten... He had to have not gotten any of the weapons, right? Maybe he got, like, Frostbreaker. That's, like, the 1 mana 1/2, right? He probably got offered, like... He probably got the Innervate and Frostbreaker as his options. Maybe he got like the 4 mana 3/6. Pretty much anything else you would take there. Yeah, there's multiple Frost weapons, right? He could have gotten Bonebreaker or Frosts of Might of Menethil. Those would both kill you. Look how fancy looking our Spire Tank is. Oh yeah, Lady Death Whisper. Yeah, that was another one he could have gotten. Because I think even, like, maybe you wouldn't take Death Chiller. You would probably take Harbinger of Winter if you were him. Assuming he actually has Frost spells in his deck, right? With that, we pretty much listed every option. I think we will actually go for this here over Yeti. This seems better. Now, do I want to miss? I don't think so. Because I was slightly afraid of that happening. That was very likely. But then, I mean, if you take the trade, then he just removes your 3/2. So, which isn't even necessarily better for us. Well, no, I was only mentioning all the cards that did not deal damage. There were the other, like, 12 frost spells that all dealt damage that I skipped over. It's rather rude.
The crystal shall decide your fate.
I feel like this was actually worse than Hero Power. But what do I know? Do I want to go for a removal here? You could even get like a Volcanic Potion, but it's so unlikely, right? I think I'm okay to just tempo this turn. It's way worse if you go for it and you don't hit it. Do I want to... I think it's funny is like it might actually be more likely he has shadow spells. I'll kill that one. I like how he just let us keep this alive for no reason. That's pretty cool. Hoggers. Do I want a Fellfire Potion? Probably not right now. You would be like, maybe you keep it for reach, but this is also reach, so... I could also theoretically undead it, or reborn this. But I probably take the value while I can get it. Because we even have the Voodoo Doctor to heal it up. Sick value. So what have his runes been anyway? He's only shown a blood rune, right? He's only shown a blood rune, so we have no idea what he is. It's just, we probably would have seen it in Unholy by now, so he's probably like... He might be triple blood, he might be... He might be 2 frost, 1 blood, or something like that. Thing is like if he was triple blood, you probably would have just gotten Soul Stealered here, and then you would just move on to the next game.
Echoes in the darkness.
No, my Lion's Guard. It's actually pretty good here. That was the best pull out of our deck, maybe. Actually, I mean, I probably would have preferred to pull out the Abyssal, I guess, actually. But I don't actually want it. There is the Unholy. Turn 9, he plays the first Unholy card. That's pretty unusual. And we still get through here. I can also silence if I want to. I mean... It's technically bad, but... It's not that bad. It's not... Like, this is actually still our best board play. anyway. You know, if we had like literally anything else that was playable, that wouldn't be the case. But is he even technically bad? It's just that, you know, we can kill off his guys. It does more damage to our board than if we just take all the trades available, basically. But, you know, we just don't really have an alternative play, so... You do it to get the 6/6 out, basically. And push damage.
Want some to get you off the
Oh no, a reborn. Rail Ghoul. Dude, he's actually preventing lethal, what the fuck? Dude, what is this card he's been holding all game now? I don't know if I want to find out yet. Saddest Siphon Soul in history. Hey, it's still better than if it was Defile. I thought I forgot about the Defile. Light Ball redeemed. Defile wouldn't have actually been that bad there, because you could have cleared with it too, though. You could have, but it's just you would have had a 6/4 instead of a 6/6. And you would have not had a 2/1, and you would have had 3 less health. Actually, that's quite a bit worse, actually. Come to think. We'll never know the mystery card, I know, right? I'm somewhat tempted to keep this. I don't know that we can afford to, though. Hey, maybe I should have tossed the peasant, because we're not actually wanting to play it on turn 1, most likely. But... we have the demonic, so that might work out. Oh, beautiful. I guess... I don't think this heal is worth anything, so let's just dump it to try to play the peasant after the demonic assault. Okay. It's not the greatest demonic assault, but I mean, what else are we gonna do? Lose to Park Panther. That's probably about right, yeah. This play does very much lose to Park Panther. And I could have played around it by just not doing this, but then you'd just be losing on board, so it's weird, right? Be the most automatic Park Panther ever. I guess the one thing would be like maybe your opponent would just assume, maybe they would just assume you have another Demonic Assault. Yep, Kodo.
Obviously, I never miss.
You could play double taunt too, and theoretically the taunts trade out. But I like getting this peasant down now. This would be extremely annoying. Why? How is that card always so unbelievably annoying? We're gonna have to double taunt then. This Valkyrie, because the 4-1's there to kill it, just doesn't really work. But we can silence the Crypt Lord next turn. Using the 4-4 rush. To be honest, I didn't consider that. That was pretty good. I was kind of locked in on silencing it next turn. Yeah, the 4-4 was fine. I still think this might be better, but the 4-4 was fine. I think I still lean for this because you're just... To be honest, I didn't really consider it, but I think this is still better because we, you know, you get to save the armor for later. We're just using... The 2-3s aren't getting better, basically. This might bait him into, like, buffing the, Crypt Lord. If he has a buff. If he had, like, another Kodo mount, but looks like he doesn't have it. Okay. Just funny that we are probably still playing. Still probably playing the armor. Might not. It's too bad we just had this problem so many times, just not having undeads for our bone flingers.
Did that just move?
I mean, we're doing this, but it's like, I guess I still kill this, right? With armor.
Ready to fight for a better future? Hope prevails. This one's
There's a world where you pre-trade the 2-1. To prevent the hero power. I probably should have, to be honest. It's like, we still have this problem, we just don't have undeads. We need undeads. There's an undead. We're getting the undead down now. This is unbelievably awkward still. Surely we'll get something that'll help. Nope, that does not help at all. Maybe I make this Reborn. I don't know, we just do this.
Hope prevails. I will glorify their fallen.
It was a really bad lag spike. Yeah, but like, the thing is, we haven't had the chance to play it yet. Maybe I needed to play it over the rush last turn, just to be able to activate this stuff. The point is doing it before, you know, he gets this trade. Because at this point it's too late. Oh, he's greedy, okay. This is still good, I guess. I don't really have a punish unless I have to like top deck Siphon Soul. Wait, you just missed 7 damage to do that. Oh right, I don't even have I don't actually have an Undead Even Dead yet. It's a problem. I guess I'm reborning this, or I could reborn that. I guess that's just better, technically. Do I reborn it, or... Is it actually right to just go in then? It might actually be. Probably.
One time to get you after I'm done.
Yeah, so we get 2 draws for Siphon Soul. If he doesn't take the trade, then Felfire Potion's an out. As well. Nope, game's over. It's just too big of a card quality differential. Playing nothing but premiums this entire game. And everything worked out really awkwardly for us. Still maybe have an out with a Siphon Soul top deck here. No, we needed exactly Siphon for sure. Because we just got beaten off board through superior cards. Because we drew the worst half of our deck. That was a 78 rated Druid, according to the tracker. These don't really beat that. Like a 73 Druid is an unbelievable high roll. That was 5 points better.
Gul'dan versus Malfurion. Must protect the one. Mine is the only way.
We also would have just been dead on turn 4 if they had a Park Panther. It also seems like it's literally illegal for a Druid to start a game without 2 of these in their opening hand. I don't know if he has any answer, we lose. There aren't that many answers. There's like the one drop basically. Or that. Better get this undead down.
Got exotic wares and funnel cakes. Sweet dreams of
And Druid is just so boring at this point. Every game's the same. I mean, they're slightly different flavors of the same game. Oh, it gave us a Chaos Nova. That's pretty cool.
die, monster.
I still just can't live, I don't think. Well, it's like, corner activates next turn. The issue is, it's like I'm just not gonna have quite the mana to play the Lions card. I don't have quite enough damage to prevent this damage. This damage is ending us, basically. He needed to have a good turn, though, to actually kill us. It's just, that's not very hard to do. He just drew 3 cards. No, we die to just... If he plays a 2-3 and a Yeti, we probably die. He doesn't need anything special. He just needs to be able to spend 6 mana here. Okay, this is exactly what we needed him to do. Alright, we're good. He has, like, no respect for this thing. Alright, it's just, we might still die.
Did that just move?
I have to just, I might as well just kill this too. There's not much point in reckoning, I don't think, right? Yeah, it would have been a lot nicer if Flinger was actually active.
They are forgetting.
And he's gonna play more spells. Okay. So now it's like, assuming we don't die here. We're probably okay. Just play a giant taunt, right? You can go for a sweeper play, but we kind of need to taunt to just not die to repeated chip damage.
Do you have an audience with the king?
Well, at least we get reckoning value. Good thing this thing's just big enough to not die. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Damn, symmetry ruined. Thought that would be a Kodo mount. I don't think we AoE this right. We probably just kill this first and then... see what happens.
Die as you live.
Seems okay. It could have been worth siphoning the 3-2, I don't know. For the heal, because the heal would give us like the ability to tap probably, right? We can take this heal though now. Got him. Yeah, Lions got carried. It helped that that guy just didn't actually... That was only a 70 rated druid. That was an average druid. That guy just didn't have an 80 point druid, so... that allowed Lions Guard to carry. If we play an on-curve active Lions Guard... We didn't play it until turn 7. It was active on 6. It wasn't active on 5. It would have been so much better if it was active on 5. That would have actually made the game so much easier. Oh, what the fuck.
What is it? What is it?
This is unfortunate. Is my room warm enough to wear just a tank top? Yes. Where I guess you say it's at least good that you're a warlock, so you don't automatically lose to this card disadvantage. But I mean, warlock beating on a shaman that got 2 free draws is pretty rough. Ooh, that's a good draw. We've been shockingly unlucky with these bone flingers, just not being able to activate them. Like, we don't have that many ways to activate them, but it's like, you know, we haven't gone chow into flinger once on creepers, and the peasants have often been just not quite working and very awkward. You guys remember when we hit a board? I don't think we rip Fellfire here. We're gonna need him to play more of his hand, probably. He even has a tutor for his peasant. I was gonna ask if he does like the sussiest pre-hit ever. It kind of makes sense because, you know, you would expect Abyssal here, right?
Your end is nigh. All ends with death. One time to get you after I'm done.
Thing is, you don't want to take this value hit unless you're like dealing with that firefight, which we don't want to do. So I guess we
One time to get you after I'm done.
do this and that. Highest value frog in history. I guess it wasn't that bad of a Fellfire. Oh no, it doesn't. No, because this is 6/6. Never mind. Yeah, no, that didn't work. If Arcane Dread was a 6/5, would have been an actually reasonable Fellfire. Why can't this be one of my triple Abyssal decks, chat? Wait, yeah. Oh. I said nothing, chat. I said nothing, deck. You are appreciated and beautiful exactly how you are. I never doubted you. I think, imagine, I don't always value Street Sweeper that highly, but it's a really good thing. We got lucky because we didn't get forced into a bunch of Abyssals that I took it earlier than I often would have. Oh, my opponent fucking nut rolled. Good thing he's dead. Can you imagine how awkward this would be if he wasn't dead? He got the wrong nut roll was the thing. He really just needed a rush. But he got like all of the other high rolls. So he should have chosen the correct high roll. If he played Tiny Toys first, he lost. Oh yeah, because he would have had spell damage Lightning Storm, right? Is there any reason to do it second, or is it just correct to, in that case, is that just a misplay? There's probably no reason to do it. There's no reason to not Tiny Toys first, right? Is that a card in Nerubian? That's a 6-mana card, right? You're talking about the one that makes your spells cost more? That's a 6-mana card, I think. And that thing gives you 5 drops. Yeah, Nerubian Unraveler. That would be like the reason that you wouldn't do Tiny Toys Evolve first. Yeah, it's also true. There are other reasons to do it first, like Lyra, for example. Absolutely. Haven't gotten the value out of Voodoo Doctor that I'd hoped for. Actually, we did one or two times in the early part of the run. We never got it on like Tolvia though. Wait, is this even good? If this goes on Fellfire, it just blows up, right? It's when you play it, so like the soldier just gets blown up, right? I didn't know originally this can actually go on spells, but it can actually go on spells. I learned some other time at some point. Time to science it. Yeah, about that. Thing is, I'm pretty sure it's... I think it does get blown up. Is Voodoo like the last basic common that is barely draftable? What do you mean by last one? You mean like the least draftable but barely draftable one? Holy crap. I have to do this first. Wasn't here a power bar for him? Probably. Fuck. There's a lot of other like barely draftable like basic cards. Like, isn't Abusive Sergeant and Elven Archer in that category too? Science.
So many possibilities. It doesn't get better than this. Get off of me!
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with what was basic, what was classic. I mean, there's other... The ones that didn't have the icon on them were basic. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I mean, there's a lot of basic cards right around that. Like, Murloc Tidehunter is right around that power level. Jungle Panther was classic, I think. The only reason I can even look at the cards and know are because, like, I just vaguely recall whether or not they had the thing on them. Anyway, I guess we're gonna science it here. Yep. Rip Soldier. You could have siphoned this turn, I guess, but I mean, it wasn't really better. Yeah, we don't even get +1 corpse. Is it worth playing this, or do I just tap? It's like, it trades so badly into the 3/3, right, that I feel like we just tap. Because we're gonna have to be tapping eventually. We need to have, like, some kind of options. Realistically, we've already lost this game, but enough options to compete with what he currently has. We're gonna be at 10 health. I mean, we're gonna be at like 5 health, actually. I'm going face here, I guess is really good for us, but... Okay, well now we play around that bone mare too. Oh, that's a really good draw. That is an insanely good draw. Alright, hold up. That is everything that could possibly go right for us. Yeah, it's pretty good when your opponent saps their own 5-5. It's kind of convenient for us. He's like, hold up, I have this 5-5. Let me remove this 5-5 from the board so that I can maybe get a +4/+4 buff for 7 mana later. Too bad that we're still completely hopelessly dead. Tragically. If we tap, we're dead to Bone Mare. But I don't think not tapping is the play. It's not like we're gonna win with that board. Because he's gonna clear everything. Well, he's gonna clear whatever he wants to, and he's gonna kill us with the rest. He's gonna push 7, probably. And we're gonna lose. But this was not a particularly good Warlock, and we faced several super high rollers, so... Our 3 losses were 1 super high roll Druid, 1 super high roll Death Knight, and 1 moderate high roll Death Knight, so... Guess we'll do a Druid here.
We are nothing without the water that gives us life.
And Corporal's still higher win rate. I would think Necrolight's the nuts. I mean, Corporal's just really good too. I think I would just rather have Necrolight. Easy Mark the Lotus. I usually don't get that card, so that's good. We'll take a Spider Tank. So, I want to say Celestial's better. Daring Reporter usually doesn't work. It can, obviously. But Celestial Dreamer might actually just be a better reporter later anyway. There's enough things, like you just have like a Scalebane or something that just does it. I feel like you just go for this. Is it a high roll if they carry the meta this beat away? I don't care how they carried the meta. When your opponent has an 80-point deck, it's a high roll. They didn't curate an 80-point deck being normal. I think I've drafted 2 80-point decks out of 120. And it's just normal to face like 2 of those per run now. It's kind of funny how that works. An 80-point deck basically means that when you have a Park Panther, that's like a slightly above average card in your deck. That's how good that is. Yeah, it might be this. I don't know, maybe a 4/4 is better. It's an undead too. Apparently. Because you take trade or you're... I guess we have living roots, so it could matter, but realistically you're literally just going to trade it every time. I guess I'll take that over, like, I mean, I might play this over this anyway, because we have that. Because that extra attack stack could actually make a big difference if you're actually going to play it. I don't know, and like I think the undead might actually just be enough to make it worth it, so let's try this. Take a, maybe a Phalanx. Look at the win rate of this card. No, you can't look at the win rate of this card. Check W. I think so. Sucks to have to skip on a creeper. Surely this time I'll actually be able to get Ultimate Infestation off of this card. Actually, preferably I would just draft the Ultimate Infestation, but we'll see. I think we'll go for this. Over Death Speaker. There's a broken card. There's some synergy. For this one, these are just beasts, right? This gotta be better than Bartender, right? You'd think so. Grab one of those. Grab. I didn't take the spell damage. Oh, I do have another Gorilla Bot. So I guess that might make it worth it. Like, Wrath's a better card, but this is a chance to get Sneeds. So I think we'll take it. Carpenter, so what we have Living Roots and Power of the Wild already. I guess that's pretty good. This thing could be hilarious sometimes. But it seems pretty good. Those are like the cards we really want to get to. The choose one cards. More of this to tutor out. I wouldn't hate Arms Dealer right now, to be honest, but I'll take this. We still take that probably, right? What's funny about that is that actually makes our that probably makes our Carpenter worse, because I'd rather have the others. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's better than Mark the Load. Maybe that's better than Living Roots anyway. I don't know. I take it. I don't hate Clergy here, but just see token card, take token card. It's Druid the Claw. Good synergy with the Dreamer there. Corsair has a higher win rate in Druid than Worgen Greaser does. Heck no. Token card. How is that even possible? So here's the thing, is that with trackers you have certain biases, and there is a reason for that. It's because there's a lot of people who do not pick a 4-mana 5/4 Naga Corsair because they just automatically see, I'm not a weapon class. That card does weapon synergy. I'm not a weapon class. I'm not going to take it. So people will incorrectly skip it. They'll take a worse card over it. So it's because better players are picking Naga Corsair more often, even though it's not a great card. And realistically also, like, there really isn't much of a difference in a 4-mana 5/4 and a 4-mana 6/4. They're almost always identical. That's the other thing. Practically speaking, it's very rare that makes a difference. I'm taking this, right? I would like a more, kind of, but like, I mean, I want a big thing, but it's like, there's no way I can take it here. We'll get some other size. God damn it. You still take this, right? I don't really want to heal my opponent, but I mean, it's still bored and relevant undead synergy. Is this overkill? Maybe. Am I gonna take a bomb squad over it? Probably not. Just get more of this stuff. How bad is Weblord for us right now? All of our good cards are Valkyries, basically. Pretty bad then. Just take Reach. I guess. It's not the worst thing to... You know, you can play the Weblord on your buff turn. Just to reduce your opponent's ability to fight back on your power turn. It might be worth it. It would be a lot better if more of our, just all of our 3-drops, literally all of them are battle cries. If we could actually turn these into spider tanks, then it would make Weblord a lot more pickable here. Ah. Okay, we found the size we were looking for, I guess. We can also brand Gorillabot, brand Celestial Dreamer, brand Reborn. We really do not have a lot of good brand things. So now really all you need is the Ultimate Infestation. In theory we have it already, whether or not we draft it. So we'll take another one of these, right? Witchwood Apple is actually not looking that bad, but... Oh, another Spell Discover. And... last card. I guess we just take a Sewer Ooze. And our deck is just so all in. We have a couple, like again, we have a little bit of those Spell Discovers. What would really want, I would trade almost any card in my deck for a Nourish right now, probably. Unironically. But, you know, I mean, there's only just, I mean, I could take Wormguard to have a 6/22 sometimes. But Null's useless because we're going to dump our hand so efficiently. So we just gotta take this, I guess. This is actually a, remember I was talking about like our opponents had a 80 rated deck. They actually had like a 78 rated deck according to the tracker. This is a 68. And this feels like a high roll, relatively. It's just we don't have the Park Panthers, I guess. Just look at how many like good tempo cards we have. So many good tempo token cards. And a Lorthamar, and this is a sub 70. But this deck is a lot better than the, I believe is a lot better than the score indicates. But yeah, it's the tier score. The way the Hearthrune score is generated is literally it just takes the base value of the cards, adds them up, and divides by 30. I probably don't actually keep this. Oh, yeah, that's true. We do have negative synergy with Druidiclaw Lorthamar. You just like take away the choose one, just be like, no thank you, I don't want it. If you wanted, that's an interesting trade. If you wanted, you could feed him the Mistress so that you could coin Vizier immediately. Probably actually going to take this trade in Vizier. There's a legitimate argument here, since the damage isn't going to stick anyway, that I actually should just not hit him, because it activates some heal synergies and stuff. There's an argument as well for playing the flyer first here. We could also take these trades to keep the thing alive and just play the Vizier. That might be better. You could power the wall. You could, I guess. Because I like, I mean, we have such good setup here. But yeah, you could just power the wall as well. I guess it makes sense because we're against Warlock. And they're like, I'm thinking I kind of want to get a better power of the wall later, but it doesn't look like it's going to get that much better. And then the thing is that you're going to be playing into an Abyssal or something, so getting to do it earlier just means, you know, you cross off a lot of that. Do this, let him get the trade, and then we pop off.
King's honor, friend.
Okay, why'd he still kill the undead? It's kind of funny. That seems pretty good. I guess he really wanted that heal. You guys have like 30 seconds left for the Gamba. Okay, well, we know 100% he doesn't know. It's like no one ever does that if they actually have a demon in their hand. I say getting baited out of my mind by him actually having a demon in his hand.
You gotta be scrappy with scraps.
Interesting. He had a demon that he didn't want to play. He didn't actually want to pull it. It's kind of funny. So we taunt this. I guess we play a 3-2. Gets either a Hellfire or a Demonic Assault, probably. Probably Demonic. It's a little weird, but I think we just want to go face.
Obey the sea,
It really sucks if he's like sitting on. I don't think he'd be sitting on an Abyssal. Like he would have Abyssal that turn if you were him, right? But like you would want to get the AoE out to clear way for the Unending Swarm anyway. Doesn't even heal his face. Thanks, we got Worgen Greaser to carry us now. You think it's a Blast Crystal? Yeah, he would have played anything else, right? So you're probably right, it probably is a Blast Crystal. I guess maybe a Twisted Tether. Which means we probably go for the Unending Swarm. I guess there's the question of do we... We could push a lot of damage if we want, or we could go for more board. I mean, I think this gets committed here. And... I guess I can do it like this. Yeah, fuck it. Well, we know he doesn't have Abyssal. Like, he would have done it by now, for sure. There's a Dragonfire. Rough. And this is getting hard removed too. And this is feeding him imps.
Ready to fight for a better future?
You're right, it was a Blast Crystal. Can Lorthmar carry us out of this position? Get a buffed up Phaleg. Okay, that was actually a pretty weak turn. We did it, chat. We spoke it into existence. Look how much health our egg has. You're laughing now, but once we Kotamon it, it's gonna have a 6 health egg. It's gonna be pretty cool. Okay, our opponent has a Bone Mare, chat. We have a Gorilla Bot. And we are dead. So that draw sequence, I don't think it actually mattered. Like, the only thing we could have... He was just sitting... He was able to sit on an Abyss. He was able to sit on that AoE. I don't think we were able to push enough damage to actually force him to use it before the Swarm, and then it was just always going to beat us, I think. Like, if we knew exactly what was going to happen there, we could have played around it. If our draw was, like, slightly less garbage. I don't even think I keep this. But, like, here's the thing, like, if we went all face, we still would have lost, because we would never hit him in the face again. Well, we have a combo hand. The problem is we're against a priest, so now we're gonna lose to a Potion of Madness. That seems bad. Coin Peasant with no follow-up. Solid. Maybe we could have sent him into panic mode with all face play. Well, yeah, but sending him into panic mode would have forced him to do the play that would have led to him immediately winning. That would have forced him to do the defensive play that would win him the game. Because if you knew he had a Dragonfire, what you needed to do probably was to do that all face play. And then force him to use the Dragonfire, and then we would have just needed to not draw the worst part of our deck. Like, that would have been the higher chance to win, though. But it's just that we drew so horribly it wouldn't have worked anyway. But it would have been a much higher chance to win. This is kind of funny. Power of the Wild first, and then Dreamer. Or you just buff the egg. We might just want to buff the egg, actually. I mean, I kind of want to play it's kind of ludicrous to not play this, but also, like, if I don't play this now, it might be useless. You think Egg and Soul of the Forest? Then, like, this isn't gonna activate, though. If you want the egg to be active, I think you go Egg, Power of the Wilds. But it's like, it seems ludicrous to not play a 5/5. Maybe it's not. That's part of the thing, is that I'm a little bit worried that the egg's just gonna get stolen. Well, yeah, it's not that much worse long term, but, like, I mean, I just want stats because I just want to kill my opponent. There's not much else beyond, in my thinking, beyond I just want to have things that kill my opponent as quickly as possible. I guess my opponent can't really steal this right now. But, like, yeah, like, the reason you would have gone, I guess, Egg Power of the Wild or Egg Soul last turn is that way you just play this, your opponent can't steal it while it's 0 attack, really. So, unless they were to buff it also. And then you'd be able to buff it afterwards and trade it off immediately. Pogger. I guess we'll do this and then trade it off. It's a little weird that this might get kecked, but surely not. We ever take Burglebot? I think you just play this. I don't know, it could actually be Burglebot. This probably just doesn't do anything, to be honest.
Short. Obey the sea. Yes, power.
Good thing those always go face.
Oh, new tech.
Good thing priest decks really suck. He didn't show a lot of cards, but that was actually the tracker showed that as a 77 rated deck. But he didn't play like 5 cards because he had way worse cards. Yeah, it helped when he threw his coin away.
My blade burns with holy fire. Beware the turn.
It's so much worse. I mean, coining a 2 with no follow-up is bad in general, right? But it's so much worse when your opponent is a ping class and you're coining it right into their hero power too. The fact that it's exactly peasant, that makes it so much worse. They never have AoE chat. You don't see it very often. Sea Tax is in, but they never have it, right? Surely. I think we go for another minion. Our opponent's gonna think, wow, this was a engaging gameplay experience. We're doing the thing, chat. It's actually a good draw. Saved. Saved from the sheep. Alright, you guys ready? That was a top deck explosive sheep. You guys ready to get consecrated now?
You got the wrong guy, pal.
Alright, do I just keep playing the top deck Power of the Wilds? I don't know if it's right to not just import it here though. It's +4 damage right now, which is pretty good. Importer, well you can't actually get any of the 1-mana buffs because they're all in our deck. So there's kind of nothing we can actually get that's good this turn. So I think you do just kill him.
Obey the sea.
Because the importer is really just for a backup plan. Yeah, there's no good spells we can get. The only 1-mana spells that are playable are Jade Idol and Wither. Wither does literally nothing, and Jade Idol is, you know, as close to nothing as you can get. We did it, chat. We murdered him. Because we would not have set up lethal. Like, we probably win that game anyway, but, like, we might have lost that game. You know. Takes one flight of the bronze or whatever.
Lunara versus Lunara.
Forest fights back. Beware the turning tides.
I almost wonder if Egg is a mulligan keep actually in this deck. It might be.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Are we ready in Lingering Zombie on 1 category? The Lingering Zombies on 1 card start at 0/0. There are more Lingering Zombies in Arena than there are Druids. So... because they're in 70% of decks, and it's like 1 point... What is it? 1 point... I don't even usually show the copies per deck because it's usually useless, but it's 1.6 per deck. So there's like 1.2 Lingering Zombies per every Druid. Can't get the discount, but I think we just play this anyway. Tempo or draw? Wither's actually kind of good right now. We have 2 undeads. You never take that though, because it might not work. Or you ramp. You never ramp in this deck. The thing is that because we have a Serviceable 4 and 5 anyway, I'm tempted to just take the recycle. I don't like it though. Because that choice could very well cost us the game, but... So now I'm probably actually, now I kind of have to Hero Power, right? I mean, I don't have to, I can take this trade and just play this. That's probably fine. You're unconvinced Nourish will matter. The thing is, I played against a lot of Druids, and I'm very unconvinced that our hand right now is going to kill a Druid outright. To not pick Nourish, you're basically saying that Mark of the Wild is going to outright kill the opponent. Is going to create a push that will outright kill him by like turn 7, and I just don't see how the fuck that's going to happen. That's kind of rough. Particularly because I have the 4 into 5, so I'm not even going to play it until turn 6. It's like, unfortunately we have to make we basically had to make the choice too early, because there's also the chance, you know, we have Lorthmar into Nourish potentially, which would just win us the game automatically, right? So, as of the time of making that decision, we have 4 draws to hit Lorthmar, and then it automatically wins us the game. That's the other part.
You got the wrong guy, pal.
Okay. What the tempo we got here? But still, it's already looking like it sucks. It's already looking like we made the right decision because we wouldn't have played Mark the Wild by this point. Is that really better than hero powering, sir? So we will just murder his ass. It looks like, I mean, as of what we're looking at now, the choice ended up being completely irrelevant anyway. But we won when we coin Taunt Creeper with no follow-up. Isn't it nice when people keep playing like Understated Death Rattle 2 drops? They keep coining them with no follow-up. It's pretty nice, right? He also played a 3-2 when it didn't do anything more than hero powering. I guess it saved him 1 health, to be fair, relative to hero powering. Didn't matter. If we had less damage, it could have lined up where the mark would have been lethal. Yeah, we can nourish for fun just to see. We could actually nourish for ramp if we wanted to. Ooh, hoggers. There's like just too many ways to kill him, and I'm like trying to think about optimizing it when it's totally unnecessary. Let's play all the top decks though. There were so many different ways to kill him that turn. Remarkably high number of ways. Let me grab a beverage, be right back. Actually, let me mulligan first. We've gotten to 3 wins. Now the endless chain of Death Knights begins. I can't imagine we actually keep Lorthamar in this deck. Like, it's a backup plan. I don't think we actually want to be trying to win with that. I think Soul is too slow too. Just try to win with the early aggressive push and try to pull up. Do we match his egg and raise him inferior egg? Probably not.
Trust me.
Coin for outrage. You are correct that I won't. That is accurate.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Oh my god. And Anna, maybe I should keep Lorthamar in this deck.
Leave bones, please.
The thing is keeping Lorthamar makes it more likely we actually just die anyway. Ourselves. Alright, so this is a pretty good Kodo mount, right?
Let's see.
Barrel Rage Egg. I want to Kodo mount the egg. You could. You could Feral Rage that, I guess. The one thing about the Foul Egg is that it goes down to 1, which makes it not... Well, I guess it's fine because it's... I think we're okay with that.
Let's see.
The one thing is, man, where Silence would ruin us. We probably don't play around that. That's a brutal silence, though. I guess I'm actually okay with this. Technically speaking, because Death Knight has fewer class cards than everyone else, it's actually more likely they have silence, and it's not that valuable to actually do it that turn, I guess.
Now how about...
I could actually continue to play around it if I wanted to. You can go 2-2 rush the 2-2 buff.
Now how about...
I guess we do that. Yeah. Well, it's like you would have had 7 attack that turn, but it's like your opponent would hero power or something. So Grim Necro was actually a very awkward answer to the way we did it.
Inside voices.
He had the silence. Oh, he just top decked the silence, never mind. Fuck me, I guess. But this is part of the reason, like, to be honest, it's like, you know, if we had Lorthamar in our hand, we would have had weaker plays. We would have been losing on board instead of winning, most likely. But also, I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced that if we play Lorthamar on 7, we even win this game. You know? Particularly assuming that you'd probably just imagine that one of these cards or even both these cards just wouldn't be here. You'd be just completely dead, but... If he's a low value deck, then maybe we would win with the Lorthamar here. It's tough to call, right?
Me not shady.
Here's our last all-in push. Because that's part of the problem. We have like the some of these spells and stuff. And we really, I mean, we don't have that many cards in our deck that are actually good with Lorthamar, right? It's, you need these cards, these are the big guys, right? We have a remarkably bad deck for Lorthamar. But just getting a couple of these guys, right? Like, Lorthamar into Vizier, or Panda and Porter just for the value of the Discover 2. into Ultimate Infestation. What we're looking for. Honestly, I think you can argue maybe that Lorthmar, because of like Ultimate Infestation, is actually worse than the Spell Discoverers outright anyway. But this is a rush, right? It's not worth 2 health to miss 5 damage here to kill that. Lorthmar's always felt clunky in Druid. Well, like a significant issue with it is the fact that Druid the Claw doesn't get buffed by it. You know, our biggest minion in this deck doesn't actually work. I guess to be fair, it's not as big as the Working Greaser, maybe. Come on, Lord. Do I even play this? Probably not. It's a good example because I'm pretty convinced that we lose this game either way, right? You can see how little the Lorthmar would have actually accomplished for us anyway. The 7/7 body would have done more than the Lorthmar. Would have done more than the effect did. Significantly more, actually. Actually, no, the 7/7 would have just died to his corpse explosion, right? So it would have done a whole lot of nothing. We have no outs, right? Like, there's nothing we can... It's just, we can get Vizier with and play nothing, right? I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it's funny to think... It's fun to think about, but the reality is we just got crushed by a superior class / superior deck, so... You know. That was only a 66 rated Death Knight according to the tracker. It wasn't a particularly good Death Knight, but... It doesn't take a particularly good Death Knight to be better than everything else.
Beware the turning tides.
Is this a toss?